All right, today we're diving into a condition that can quite literally change the shape of your hands. It's called Dupuytren's contracture, and it affects millions, but a lot of people don't even realize they have it.
So picture this. What if your hand started closing all on its own? It happens slowly. You might barely notice it at first. Your fingers just start to bend in toward your palm, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't straighten them out. Yeah, it sounds like something out of a movie, right? But for a lot of folks, this is their everyday reality.
So what in the world is actually going on here? Well, the answer, it's hiding just under the skin of your palm. Now, you might think it's a muscle or tendon problem, but it's not. It's actually all about this layer of connective tissue called the fascia. You see, in people with Dupuytrens, this fascia starts to thicken up. It forms these hard knots and cords that then begin to pull the fingers inward. Usually, it's the ring and little fingers that are affected the most. This definitely doesn't happen overnight. It usually kicks off with just a small, painless little lump in your palm. But over months or even years, that can grow into a thick cord that starts to tug that finger down. And all of a sudden, simple things, putting on gloves, washing your face, or even just shaking someone's hand, they become a real challenge, sometimes even impossible.
And one thing to get straight, this is not caused by an injury. You didn't do anything to bring this on. It's a medical condition that just develops on its own, and unfortunately, it does tend to get worse over time.
Okay, so if it's not from an injury, then what does cause it? Who gets this? Well, it turns out there are some pretty clear patterns.
Genetics play a huge role here. It's especially common in people of Northern European descent, which is why you might hear it called Viking disease. It also shows up more often in men over 50. And yeah, certain lifestyle factors like smoking and drinking or having diabetes can also bump up your risk. So how big of a deal is that family connection? Well, check this out. If you have a close relative with Dupuytren's, your own risk of developing it could be as high as 20 to 30%. That's a really strong link.
Okay, so how do you even know if you have this? You might be surprised at how simple the diagnosis can be.
It really comes down to this super simple check that doctors use, called the tabletop test. It's just a very straightforward way to see if the condition is starting to affect your hand's flexibility.
And hey, you can try this right now. Just find a flat surface, like a desk or a table, and try to place your hand, palm down, completely flat against it. If you can't get your palm and all of your fingers to lie totally flat, well, that's what's called a positive tabletop test. And it's a pretty strong sign you might have Dupuytren's. The good news here is that the diagnosis is usually really straightforward. A doctor can typically figure it out just by looking at and feeling your hand. So in most cases, you're probably not going to need any fancy x-rays or MRIs.
All right, so you've got a diagnosis. What can you actually do about it? Well, there are a bunch of different options, ranging from, believe it or not, just watching and waiting, all the way to surgery. Now, here's something really important to get straight from the start. None of these treatments are a permanent cure. The condition can come back. The whole goal of treatment is simply to improve your hand's function and get you back to living your life.
So let's talk about one of the less invasive options, an enzyme injection. Sounds kind of high-tech, right? But it's pretty straightforward. A doctor injects a special enzyme right into that tough cord to soften it up and weaken it. Then, a day or so later, you go back and the doctor will stretch your finger until that cord snaps. Let's break down the main choices. You've got options like that enzyme injection or a similar thing called a needle aponeurotomy. Both are minimally invasive, recovery is super quick, but the chance of it coming back is a bit higher. On the other hand, you have surgery. It's definitely more involved with a longer recovery, but it gives you the absolute lowest chance of the condition returning. So it's really a trade-off. So at what point does surgery get put on the table? Well, a pretty common rule of thumb is if your knuckle joint is bent at more than a 30-degree angle, or if it's just getting in the way of you doing everyday things, that's when it's time to have that conversation. But getting a treatment is really just the first step. What comes after is just as important, maybe even more so. Okay, listen up, because this is absolutely crucial. No matter which treatment you end up choosing, you are going to need physical therapy afterwards. It is the key, the key to getting the best possible result. So if surgery is on your mind, you're probably wondering, what's the downtime? Well, here's a typical timeline. You can probably get back to desk work within a week or two. Light duties, maybe 2 to 3 weeks. But for heavy manual labor, you're looking at more like 6 to 8 weeks before you're fully back in action.
And really, the outlook here is super positive. I mean, sure, there's no permanent cure right now, but today's treatments are incredibly effective at restoring your hand function. With the right procedure, and of course that all-important therapy, most people get their motion back and can use their hands normally again.
So look, if any of this is ringing a bell, if you've noticed that little lump in your palm, or your fingers just aren't as straight as they used to be, maybe it's time to talk to your doctor. It's a simple conversation, but it could make a huge difference in your life.